Father Dumitru said now, became canonized, of course, recently. Staniloae was an incredible figure because it was a product of a very difficult society, which is Romania, in a very difficult circumstances, which is communism, with all kinds of persecution all his life, etc., without having too many known theologians and reference around him except the old texts. But he was able, through extremely difficult everyday circumstances, in a very difficult environment, in a very difficult country, etc., to go and dig so deep into the Orthodox tradition, and so was able to show us in the 30s and 40s things that no one else was able to do it, even in the other Orthodox countries and everywhere else. He was the first to re-establish St. Gregory Palamas. He was the first that was very deeply going into the resources, into the patristic resources, in other words. And he rediscovered, and of course, being an incredible pioneer in Romania, he did what Father Justin Popovic did in Serbia. These two people, two single people, they almost changed their entire countries. Serbia, Father Popovic, and Romania, Father Staniloae. As a single person. Why? One of their main works was the lives of the saints that they produced. Father Justin Popovic produced 12 volumes of the lives of the saints, and Father Staniloae 20 volumes. An unbelievable production, which is basically the inheritance from the past into the, in the case of Father Staniloae, he had a lot of Romanian saints that have been more or less unknown. From Father Popovic was the equivalent to the Serbian saints, which also quite a few are known, but many of them are known. And of course, that too, the two of them, helped the equivalent to happen in Russia. And in Russia, we have the Lives of the Saints by Saint Dimitri of Rostov, which is another selection which includes a lot of Russian saints also, on top of the rest. Which means that at the end we have a combination of all this. But it's not a coincidence that all these incredible figures, including Father Staniloae, were the main contributors of the presence of Orthodox in their country. And not only that, they had an incredible effect into the life of the Church. Father Staniloae, mainly from his writings and from his exposure of the fathers into the Orthodox fathers, into the entire West, I would say. Why? Because he started a lot of discussions between the Protestants and the Catholics in Romania. And he was having very, very interesting, discussions about them, and all that has been written and helped a lot of people to realize what is the difference between the Orthodox understanding and the Catholic and the Protestant understanding. The almost equivalent happens in Serbia with Father Justin Popovic, but also Father Justin Popovic had the incredible effect that today, among the 30 or 40 bishops of Serbia, at least half are his pupils. Yes. He rejuvenated the entire Church of Serbia. And we have many of them, top theologians, Father Jeftic, Father Randovic, Father Bulovic, etc., which, are his spiritual children, that they continue his legacy and he will leave his understanding. So, Father Dumitru Staniloae was a bright light in Romania, brought back a lot of the treasures that happens during these incredible years in the entire country. And not only that, the same thing happened with Father Popovich in Serbia. And we see that also the fact that the church history is teaching us that can be done by one single man. Something that nobody can believe, nobody can believe. The effect that St. Seraphim of Sarov had for Russia, the effect for, etc., etc. And the same thing happens, the entire Alaska is based on St. Herman. It's nothing new in the Orthodox tradition, happens many times. And why? We will say that even today in Greece, Father Porphyrios, Father Paisios, is much more well known than 30, 40 years ago.